Hey guys, what's up? Blu-ray Legend here. I got it all new setup now, so I'm doing pretty good with that. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at my horror movies and thriller movies. The ones I couldn't find, I can't remember where they are, but I grabbed the gist of them. That's a thriller. Uh, just give me a few seconds. I'm gonna find a few more thrillers I have, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I found the rest of them. We're gonna start from my Blu-rays, then my DVD. We're gonna start with. We're gonna go alphabetical order. I have no scary movies in W, so we're gonna go with V. This movie here, Victor Crawley. It's a B movie. I've seen all these. Don't own them all except this one. My mom and dad kept all my Victor Crawley movies, Hatchet and all that, because they enjoyed them, which I'm fine with. I can get them all back again. My mom and dad said I could have them whenever I wanted them. But anyway, a little bit about this movie. The gist of it is it's 10 years after the 2007 movie, The Swamp, after what the massacre that happened. And there's these teenagers for a class project wanting to be actors and making movies. They want to return to the swamp and make a trailer. Well, everything don't go that way. And one of the survivors from the 2006 or 2007 movie, Hatchet, wrote a book, and turned out he actually has to go back to the swamp with them, with a film crew, to do the trailer and to see if Victor Crawley is real. If you guys remember right, in the 2006 Hatchet movie, or 2007, Victor Crawley died. And after that, if you guys remember the ending, the only way Victor Crawley comes back, if you announce the curse that happened when he was a child. And the reason his face is all deformed is one way he was born in deformity. And he always got made fun of, and it only happens on Halloween. His dad was out chopping wood with a hatchet, and the house caught fire. And trying to get out, Victor Crawley was behind the door, and his dad tried to cut down the door. Well, you can tell what happened. The hatchet struck Victor Crawley in the face, and he died. Now, every Halloween, he comes back, and he kills people that's on the swamp. And that's what happened. The plane crashes. They find out one of the girls is pregnant. And a cool part about this movie, it's an alright movie. If you want to see it, it's alright. It did win some awards. Nightmares Film Festival 2017, official selection of Fantasy Filmist 2017, official selection of Brooklyn Horror Film Festival in 2017, official selection of Horror Telluride Horror Show Film Festival, official selection Horror Channel Fright Fest 2017. This won a lot of scare awards. It was good. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh in some parts with the blood, and it's a B movie. It is what it is, and I really enjoyed it. It was the bloodiest, the funniest, and the best Hatchet movie today. Now, I scratched that. The 2006, or I believe the 2007 Hatchet was a lot better. They had a better cast. It was really good. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. And that's Victor Crawley. Next up is The Shallows. It's a thriller for me. I'm a huge shark fanatic. I got almost all the Jaws movies. I'm a huge fan of Jaws. So I snag up any movie that has to deal with sharks in the ocean, because I'm a huge shark fan. They're one of my favorite creatures on the planet. They're very misunderstood, and I really enjoy studying them. I have physically petted a shark. I've actually been held in a shark's mouth in Florida with a friend. He actually has a pet shark, and it was pretty cool. Didn't bite me down or nothing. We are confused with their eating habit of the seal. When you're on a surfboard, all they see is your feet and your arms. And naturally, to a shark, the bottom of the surfboard, it looks rounded if you think about it. Anyway, back to this movie. Very suspenseful. Kept me on my seat throughout the whole movie. I really enjoyed this. This is about a girl that goes surfing and gets stranded. She's surfing with some guys she meets, and they leave, and then that's when all the shit goes down. The girl gets trapped on a coral reef, and she has to stay there. She starts figuring things out as she goes. She ends up on a buoy. The shark ends up knocking over the buoy, and then those guys come back and they see that she's in trouble, and they swim out there. Well, they get eaten. It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed this. Me and my wife sat down and watched it together. This is one of the movies she got me for Christmas. I really enjoyed it. A very fun movie. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Next up, we have my favorite film of... I want to say 2010, because the writing is kind of hard to see. And that's The Crazies. I really enjoyed this movie. Wow. Alex Leba, Flicks and Movies. Thank you for telling me about The Crazies. I really enjoyed this movie as much as you did. Everything he has to say about this movie is everything I would say about this movie. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. The cast was awesome. The writing was good. The explosions, I enjoyed it. Some explosions. And it did scare the crap out of me a little bit. And I'm 25 years old. It takes a lot to scare me these days. But they succeeded. The next movie I want to show, I'm not a big fan of these movies. I grabbed it because my wife wanted to see it, and that's the Purge election year. I watched this. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. They're kind of just dragging on and making it just the way it is. But this doesn't really scare me. I put it in here because it's a thriller. I believe one day this could happen, but that's a long shot. I enjoyed it as much as I would enjoy
You got too close.
Scary Movie and Scary Movie 2. This is basically what I think The Purge is. And I'm sorry. It doesn't scare me. It was just... They need to stop making them. Just like the Paranormal Activities. It's getting old. Give us something fresh and new that'll scare the shit out of us. We're in our 20s now, and nothing is scaring us. What do we do? Now, this is the first scary movie. These next two movies are the first scary movies I ever bought. And that will be... The first one is The Possession. This scared the fucking shit out of me. Pardon my language. But when I bought this, I was in... what year did this come out? 2012? I was in a senior in high school. Bought this with my first Blu-ray and my Blu-ray player, my first TV. And I had some friends over, and we hung out, stayed the night, ate popcorn, drank beer. My dad was cool that way. Well, he didn't know we took the beer. Dad, you're going to find out now. Anyway, Sam Raimi. I'm a huge fan of Sam Raimi. He makes great movies. This scared the shit out of me. This guy's daughter gets possessed, and they got to put it back in the box, and then they got to get rid of the box. Well, if you have not seen this, this scared the crap out of my mom, and she's 44. All right. Anyway, this movie was awesome. It scared the shit out of me. The jump scares were perfect. Very well synchronized jump scares. This was awesome.
A dream come true. Who's the mark?
Yeah, I'm putting my movies back up where they go. This is the second movie I bought. I'm a huge fan of watching wrestling and WWE and stuff. And when they do films, I snag them up because sometimes you get lucky and you find great movies. Like the 12 Rounds, the Marines. I only like the first Marine. Anyone after that, I do not like. I'm a more of a John Cena fan. I'm sorry. Anyway, I snag up them movies because sometimes you find a great movie. And This was an awesome movie to me. I have not seen the second one. I've heard the second one was kind of eh. Kane, I heard, was more scary in this, and See No Evil. This movie absolutely scared the crap out of me in 2006. I was in 6th grade, and my dad bought this movie. I got this when I first got my Blu-ray player. This came out in 2013 on Blu-ray, and I really enjoyed it. Scared the crap out of me. Kane is vicious, like he is in the WWE. He just gave more. He gave 110% with this. This is really cool. The grossest thing I think I saw is when he finds this girl in a cabinet, and cell phone rings. He opens up her mouth and shoves the cell phone all the way down through her Adam's apple, and she dies. And the phone was still ringing. It was kind of funny and scary at the same time. Scared the shit out of me. Really good movie, guys. Next up is the only M. Night Shyamalan movie I own, and that's not because I don't like him. That's because all my M. Night Shyamalan movies got stolen from me by one of my best friends. So I got to restart. And to start off my collection again, I bought Split. I have yet to watch this, but I've seen trailers, and this absolutely looks like the best M. Night Shyamalan movie ever. I'm a huge fan of Signs with Mel Gibson. I really enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed all the M. Night Shyamalan movies, even the ones people think that they suck. Give him a chance, all right? He's had a falling out in the last few years, and Split, oh my God, brought him back. I heard this was really good. It's a nice thriller. Next we have, they have a third movie of this. I only like the first two. I went to go buy the third one, and I heard it sucked. So I did not get it, but I might get it for the collection, and that's Open Water and Open Water 2, Adrift. I really enjoy all shark movies. These movies are more scary to me than The Shallows, because they are literally out in the middle of a storm and all this shit is going down. I'm not scared of sharks, but if this ever happens to me, I know what to do. I know how to get away from a shark. So, I really don't want this to happen to me. Like I said, the first film came out in 2004, second film came out in 2006, and last year Open Water 3 came out. Really good movies. If you haven't seen these are really, really great. I really enjoyed them. Based on true events, just as any shark movie, they always say that based off of true events. The only movies I have not shown today yet is Piranha and Piranha Double D, and they're actually making a third one of those. I used to have Piranha Double D, but I think I got rid of it on accident. I had it on Blu-ray. I got rid of it. This goes all around that shelf. Anyway, next up we have... I'm trying to figure out the year. It's so hard to find it.
Okay, well, what if I said no? You know, what if I said I wasn't going to let you do it?
2013, a year out of high school. Another good
You know, you are the most
horror movie came out, and that's Mama. I really enjoyed this movie. My wife was scared shitless of this movie. Mama. Really great acting. Really enjoyed this. The story was awesome. I am so glad this is not based on true events, because that would scare the shit out of me. Anyway, really great movie. Really good jump scares. It scared me. I'll admit it. It scared me. Another one that goes over there. Next up, the origin story, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. I have a lot to talk about this movie. This movie came out last year, towards the end of the year of 2017. And everyone that went and seen it said it sucked. Well, then you don't understand. It literally says the origin story of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. How's there nothing to explain? This is basically showing how he became Leatherface. The woman he falls in love with is the mask he wears in every freaking movie. He cuts her fucking head off. This is the origin story of how the family is just killing people for no fucking reason, and he's in a mental institution for a long time, a boys' school type thing. And he breaks out with some of these people after a riot, and he just goes nuts. He tries to save the girl, but his wife, not his wife, his mother's conflicting his mind. He cuts her head off, and at the end of it, he is sewing her hair, her face, to his face. This movie was freaking awesome. I'm glad they finally came out with something that follows the old movies. You have to respect that. This movie was great. In some parts it was iffy. But know what? It was way better than the 2005 remake with Jessica Biel. I did not like that one. This is the best one ever, besides the original Leatherface movies. I enjoy this. I will hands down argue with anybody that says this movie sucks. If you didn't get this movie, then why are you watching the movie if you don't understand it? It literally says on the cover, the origin story of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the director of this had a lot of shoes to fill. You know how many directors have gone through Leatherface movies? A shit ton. Because they can't hit it right. This director, in my opinion, hit it right. I give it a solid B-. It was really good. I'm not going to give something an A that I don't agree with. There was parts that made you think, why show that now? We've seen that in the beginning. But it had to happen. And yes, it does keep the legend alive. There's not much you can say. Everybody thought it was just going to be another Leatherface movie. It's going to be a dud. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this didn't disappoint me. And everyone I've talked to, they really enjoyed this. My own dad hated it. He enjoyed the 2005 reboot. I call it a reboot because they tried and failed. Anyway, he watched this and he loved that they respected the old films. He loved that. He enjoyed it. But this was really good. I'm really glad I picked that up. There's a film I'm going to show next. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of people don't. It's a Keanu Reeves movie. It's called Knock Knock. I really enjoyed this. Knock Knock was cool to me. I like seeing Keanu Reeves in these situations. It's pretty cool. I've watched bits and pieces of it here and there. It's hard for me to sit down and watch a movie with a 9-month-old now. So it has to be something that will draw him and make him fall asleep. So, from what I've heard, it's really good. I guess it's a family man turns into a dangerous sedation and deadly game of cat and mouse when he opens the door and 2 stranded young women. So apparently he murders them and probably rapes them, apparently. I don't know. I haven't watched that. Next up is, oh my goodness. This movie. There's a lot to say about this movie. I watched this with my wife on Christmas. And this movie is called Krampus. Scared the daylights out of me. Gave me a whole new feeling of Christmas. I don't want a dark Christmas. That would suck. And I don't want to live in a fucking globe for the rest of my life. This movie was awesome. This is about a family on Christmas that is fighting. And I don't remember the rest, but they have to spend the rest of their own living stuff. It's hard to explain. Very hard to explain. It's one of those movies you just have to go check out. This movie was awesome, scary, suspenseful. It was the whole package. I give this an A-. This was an awesome movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry I can't explain about it, but it's so hard. I'll read a little bit of the back. When his dysfunctional family clashes over the holidays, young Max is disclosed and turns his back on Christmas. Little does he know, this lack of festive spirit unleashed the wrath of Krampus, a demonic force of ancient evil intent of punishing non-believers. All hell breaks loose, and beloved holiday icons take the monstrous life of their own, living siege in a fractured family's home, forcing them to fight for each other if they hope to survive. featuring a simple cast includes Adam Scott, TV's Park and Recreation, Tony Collette, Little Miss Sunshine, Allison Tolman. A lot of great people in here. Adam Scott, he's been in some great movies. This is one of them. This is a fucked up movie, and I really enjoyed it. Next is one of my creepiest movies ever. I really enjoy them. I did not enjoy the third one, and that is Jeepers Creepers. I only have the first one. The second one's hard for me to find. I will find it. I don't know if I want to get the third Jeepers Creepers or not. I might just get the second one and call it quits. I was disappointed. It wasn't as scary as these were. This is not the original case cover. It came with a coloring book during Halloween. That's what the cover looks like, but I think this thing's better. I really enjoy it more.
Oh, God. All the times. You're married, right?
Yes.
Does your wife have any,
Alright, next up, it was my anticipated film of 2017. My son has watched it with me. This movie was fucking spectacular, and I am talking about It. I might even watch this again today. This was one of my favorite movies of 2017. Very good. Pennywise was played by a great actor. Everybody was awesome. I love the relationship with the kids, how it grew, and how they overcame obstacles to defeat Pennywise. Even though most of them hated each other towards the end, they were fighting with each other. They were doing everything they can to stay away from where Pennywise does his killing and his attacking. But they stuck it out. I really hope they make a sequel. That would be pretty cool. I heard rumors they might. I don't know. But I really enjoyed this. Now, this next collection is my first Scream Factory. My very first Scream Factory collection. And I'm really excited to have this in my collection. And that's the complete Halloween collection. I really enjoyed this. I'm even going to unbox them, and I'm going to tell you which ones I don't like. First up, we have Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which came out in 1995, and it starred Paul Rudd. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. Revenge, The Curse. Oh, I didn't know there was a Revenge and The Curse. Anyway, I like 1 through 5. The only one I do not like is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I didn't understand it. I didn't like it. I don't like it that it didn't have Michael Myers in it. Sorry. If that's one of your favorites, I'm really sorry, but I disagree. 1, 2, 4, and 5 is my favorite. And to be honest, I haven't even seen 5 in a long time. Every Halloween, I refuse to watch these. I'm very scared of Michael Myers from a young kid. My brother was babysitting me when I was 5 years old, and his best friend chased me around the house like him. So I'm literally scared of Michael Myers. I know he's not real, but when you're 5 years old and your brother's best friend is chasing you around the house like Michael Myers, I'm pretty sure you'd be scarred for fucking life. Anyway, I still watch them. I'm not scared of the dark enough that I walk outside just fine. Because if I see Michael Myers, I'm going to be like, dude, can I have your autograph? Legitly, that's what I do. I have him sign my movies and everything. That would be awesome. That'd be a cool YouTube video. And then he kills me. That's the way to go out on YouTube right there. Getting killed by Michael Myers or Jason. Or Chucky. Chucky would be awesome. I would cut his head off and then glue it back on, and my son could play with him. He's not scared of Chucky. Anyway, I did not like Season of the Witch in the first 5. Now, I enjoyed every single one on this list. My most favorite on this list is, I'll just tell you what's on there. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween H2O, which is 20 years later, had, oh, fuck, God damn it. I can't remember her name. Anyway, and then Halloween Resurrection. That's when they do that TV. They're trying to do a TV show in the house, and they think Michael is the other guy, and the other guy is Michael. Well, they all die. Anyway, and then the two Rob Zombie films I absolutely loved. But my favorite on this list is The Curse of Michael Myers. The Curse of Michael Myers was actually the scariest Michael Myers they ever put out until Rob Zombie took over. And the ones with Rob Zombie wasn't really scary to me. They were just more... the mask was just more scary to me. The Curse of Michael Myers, the actor that played Michael Myers in that movie, gave 110%. He literally never showed his face outside of the mask. On set, he stayed in the mask in 95. Even talking to people, he stayed in the mask, and he didn't talk to anybody. He stayed in his own room until it was time for the scene to be ready. That's why people say it's the scariest Halloween, because their fear is real in that movie. Paul Rudd's first movie he did as a young actor was The Curse of Michael Myers in 1995. It was one of the best Michael Myers ever. I will argue with anybody against Rob Zombie, against Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween and Halloween 2 remakes of Rob Zombie don't scare me at all. It's the older ones. I laugh at Rob Zombie's films. The only movie he made that I don't laugh at is The Devil's Rejects. That movie literally scared the pants off me. I also have... that lady I was talking about was Jamie Lee Curtis and Halloween. It's 20 years later after of what all happened. Jamie Lee Curtis is in that movie. And then this was before I got my Scream Factory. And I got the Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers double feature. I don't know why I still have that. I'll probably end up getting rid of that because I got all of them right here. All of them. I really enjoy this. A lot of people have better packaging than me. I got this Walmart packaging. And if you don't believe me that this is Scream Factory, right here you can clearly see the Scream Factory logo. Okay? Right underneath my finger is the Scream Factory logo. I didn't know it, and I flipped the fuck out. I woke my wife up at like 4 in the morning, going, I got my first Scream Factory and I didn't know it. Well, this was it. Okay. Anyway, next up is two of my favorite, I want to say slasher film, just like Halloween is a slasher film, Jason's slasher film, Nightmare on Elm Street is a slasher film, Chucky's a slasher film. Anyway, is Hellraiser Bloodline and Hellraiser Inferno. I enjoyed these. A lot of people hate Bloodline and Inferno. I'm pretty sure these are my two top scary. I did not like or enjoy the new one at all. These two are my favorites. This is why these are the only Hellraiser movies I have. I used to have every single Puppet Master. I'm a huge Puppet Master fan, and I can't find them anywhere now. And it's pissing me off. Okay, next up on Blu-ray is, I believe, the remake of The Blair Witch. I enjoyed this one not as much as I did the first one. It scared me. It did a good job. I would have to give it a solid C minus, a solid C. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I watched it and it had a lot of similarities to the first one, to its sister. Next up is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Had John Goodman in it, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, a lot of other good people. This movie came out in 2016. I don't know what to say about it because I haven't watched it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a huge John Goodman fan, but I just haven't come around to watch it. I have 2,500 movies in my collection. A lot of them you can't see because they're packed away. I have no room. I just haven't had time to go around and watch it. I'm sorry. I don't have much to say about this. Going on 30 minutes, I've talked more about the others than I have this one movie. Next up is my DVD collection side, because I can't find them on, at the time of the collection I'm going to show and a Singleton movie, First up on DVD is Joyride. This is one of my favorite thrillers of the 2000s. This was, my opinion, the last good 90s thriller to come out in the 2000s. In my opinion, this was really good. Paul Walker gave a good role. I actually showed this in my Paul Walker Vin Diesel collection. You guys can check out on my video. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie with Paul Walker, Steve Zahn, and Lily Lee Sobieski. She was really good in this movie too. I really enjoyed it. It was very, very freaky. It reminded me of Christine. I believe that was a Stephen King movie, Christine. It was about the black Cadillac, except with a semi, in my opinion. Next up, we have the complete 8-movie collection of Saw. I have yet to watch Jigsaw yet. I hear it's really good, but I've seen all 7 movies of these. These are one of my favorite. Oh my jeez, these things used to scare me when I was a kid. I didn't even know they had 7 of them. I'm gonna be honest. It took me forever to find this collection, and now they have it on Blu-ray. And I'm like, what the hell? And I didn't have. Here's the thing. I like my scary movies on Blu-ray. The reason I've been getting most of them on DVD is I like the that line that comes across the TV when you don't have enough pixels. I enjoy that. To me, it makes it more authentic, scary. That's why I've been buying most of my new movies on DVD, except for It and Halloween. I want them to be upgraded. I have not yet watched this, but I do enjoy all 7 Jigsaws. They are awesome. They're gory. If you're put in that situation, we all know what to do now. Just play the game. Just play the game. Maybe you win, maybe you die, but guess what? You got to be in Saw. I mean, all these people are no longer at. I mean, I don't even know if half of these people are still acting after they did Saw. I know one guy almost committed suicide after doing it because he was scared to death and that he thought it was going to happen in real life. So I don't know if he's acting anymore or is he still living with his mom and dad. Anyway, I'd go back to my mom and dad. I really enjoyed these movies. Next up are these are Halloween was one of the biggest collections, and I got 3 more to show you. First up, I'm going to show you one of my other favorite slasher films. That's the 8 collection of Friday the 13th. The only one that's not in here that's my favorite, and that's Jason X. It's Jason in Space. That's one of my favorite Jason movies. But I love all these movies. My favorite would actually have to be Freddy vs. Jason, which I believe is in here, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. These movies. They're pretty cool. Not much to say about them. Everybody knows about Jason. Next up, is my Nightmare on Elm Street 8-disc movies collection. I really enjoy this packaging. I can't find these anywhere on Blu-ray, but I'm going to eventually find them. This is the one with Freddy and versus Jason. Sorry. Truth behold, I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. That was actually Johnny Depp's first movie as an actor. He really, he's actually taken off a lot of good roles after that. I mean, he was a young boy when he did Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but he really enjoyed that. If you guys can hear a movie in the background, I'm watching Whole 9 Yards with Bruce Willis and Matthew Perry. Really enjoyed that movie in 2000. Next up is is Chucky, the complete 7-movie collection. He wants to be your best friend. I really enjoy Chucky's. My brother CJ will not watch these with me He is literally scared of Chucky. He had a doll called My Buddy in the 90s, and he was literally scared of that doll. He used to scare the shit out of my sister. He would set the doll at the end of the bed, and she would wake up and see it. And she had my kid sister, which kind of looked like the bride of Chucky, and he was literally scared of that doll after he saw Chucky. So he never had one again. But this has all 7 films in it. Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, which is like the most movie of all time. I enjoyed it. Just gruesome as hell. Who wants to get... Whoa, look. It was gross in some parts. Curse of Chucky and The Cult of Chucky. I've yet to watch Cult of Chucky. I heard it was really good. My sister told me it was really good. And I believe her. Anyway, guys. These are my favorite... I'll show you my favorite collections I have. Nightmare on Elm Street. Chucky, all 7 films. 8 films of Nightmare. Friday the 13th. 8-film collection. And my 10-disc set of Halloween. These are my favorites. Okay? I am still trying to look for Babadook, and Donnie Darko Collector's Edition. I'm a huge fan of Donnie Darko. It's on Netflix, but I want it in my collection. I'm a huge Donnie Darko fan. I love it. I enjoy it. I'm scared of it. And I'm trying to find all the Final Destinations. You may be going, oh, you don't own any of the Final Destinations. Look, when I lived with my mom and dad from the time I was a kid till the time I was 18 years old and when I moved out for the first time, and then came back a lot. Anyway, I helped pick out every movie in their living room. It is over 3,500 movies, including VHS. I'm getting ready to buy those VHS movies from them, and I'm going to add them into my collection because there's a lot in there that I want. They got the original. They got the golden set of Star. Oh no, they don't. My friend stole it. Anyway, they used to have the golden set of Star Wars, the complete collection, the first of 3, 4, 5, 6. They have the original set and the golden set. I got to get that back from my friend. Anyway, and they have the original RoboCop movies on DVD. I mean, not DVD, VHS. They got all the Indiana Jones. They got the first 2 Terminators on there. It was a 2-disc set back in the day. They have a lot of movies in that VHS collection of theirs, and that puts them at 5,500 movies if they count every VHS tape they have and DVDs. 5,500 movies. And most of those I didn't help pick out up until the DVDs. They would buy movies in the 90s on VHS that looked good until I got old enough to understand them. My favorite movie to watch with my dad was Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time besides Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Marlon Wayans. I have a lot of new comedians I like now, like Gabriel Iglesias. I really enjoy it. Anyway, guys, these are my favorite collections I have in my collection right now. That is my video for today. Unless you guys want to see more, hit the comment section. But I got a room to finish. And I want to give a shout out to Cool Duder. I've been watching your videos and you've been helping me with some new ideas. I'm a huge fan. Same with Alex Leba, Blu-ray Clinic. I watch all your guys' videos. I really enjoy it. You guys actually help me want to start talking about my movies. My parents used to tell me that I need to go do something better with my life instead of collecting movies. This is what I love. I'm going to be working at, my dream is to work at a movie rental place so I can tell people about movies and talk to people about movies. But one day I want to own my own rental place. That would be pretty cool. Put all my movies in there. But I already rent them out to my family and stuff. No money. I let them borrow them for free. But if they ruin any of my movies, I tell them they have to buy them. And that will suck because I let them borrow my steelbooks, and those are expensive, and I doubt they want to pay for that. Anyway, this is my video for today, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.